Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do the book assembly for your paper relief. The first things that we did for this assignment was we had an image and we divided it into our 4 layers. I took this image and I transferred it onto 4 different pieces of paper to create these different layers, and I've already cut out my images. So you'll notice that I left this frame. If you're doing the book assembly, you'll want to leave your frame going all the way around. We'll make sure that everything is lined up. And then we're going to take a ruler and we are going to measure where we're going to punch our holes. So we want to have 3 holes on the left side of our border. We remember from cutting our pieces of paper that this side is 9 inches. So to divide that into 3 equal parts, we're going to go ahead and put our ruler up against this top edge. And we're going to measure a small mark at the 3.5. So there's the 3.5, 4.5 inches, and 5.5 inches. After we're done measuring, we'll take our hole punch and we're going to go ahead and punch out those holes. So we want to make sure that all of our pages are aligned, or all of our layers. And we're just going to punch holes right where we made those marks. Now, after you have punched your holes, you can go ahead and set your other layers aside, and we're just going to grab this first layer. In order to create depth in our book, we're going to add these little pieces of cardstock or mat board on the back of our page. So when we're adding these layers of the mat board to create depth, we'll want to make sure that we're putting one in each corner. You can go ahead and glue those on with just a glue stick. And then we'll also want to put supports in the center of these 2 longer sides. That way, when we put all of our pages together, they will line up. You can make it as thick as you want. So if you want to stack pieces of this mat board together, you can. Just make sure that whatever you decide to do for depth, that you're continuing that along every single one of these points. And you're going to do that to all of your layers, just the back of them. And once you have those all done, it should look something kind of like this. Oh, almost lost my camera there. So it should look something kind of like this. So I have all of these points attached on each of my layers. And after you have those all attached, we'll go ahead and we will tie our book together. We're going to do something called a running stitch. So you'll want to make sure that you have a piece of string. Here's my string. And I'm just going to go ahead and feed that through all of these top holes. Once I've fed it through there, I'm going to put it back in this second hole, going down the middle hole. And then I'm going to bring it up through this bottom hole. And then I want to go ahead and connect my string all the way back to this top. So I'm going to feed it now down through this middle hole. And then up through this first hole. And then you'll want to try to make sure that these lines are all even, or the strings hanging out of the end. So I'll go ahead and feed that through and pull it. And then you're just going to tie it off. You can tie it however you want. You can double knot it. You can do a bow. It doesn't really matter. But that is how we create the book. Now you might also want to go back through and go ahead and glue all of these pages together. So you could just add glue onto each of these connecting points. And then you have created your final paper relief with the book assembly.
Did you get it?
I thought I paused
It should be good. And let's see here.